Hello, I'm Carolyn Jamerson. I'm the collections manager and mount maker for the FIDM Museum, and I'm here today with you to give you another DIY behind the scenes of the museum and how we make things work here. And today I'm going to be talking about constructing boxes. I have this very easy, kind of very simplified way of constructing boxes, and the beauty of the boxes is it helps us maximize our space at the same time while protecting the objects. So here I have a very beautiful feather flowered head wreath that is very delicate and very fabulous. I love this piece. It's one of my kind of more favorite ones, and just because of the technique of the feathers creating flowers, are fabulous. But we're going to be today creating a box for this so that it is not going to be crushed as I put it in with other feathered objects. So the first step would be to measure this piece. So I have a clear ruler. It's just very simple. Find in most pattern making, it's going to be (11) by 10 by 2. So that's the first step. And then we move the object safely off to the side so it's not going to be in any danger. And then I have here a piece of blue board. Blue board is an archival cardboard material so that it is acid free. The regular brown cardboard that we see very often, it can be acidic and cause damage to the box also. Now if you're doing this at home and all you have is brown cardboard, I recommend that you line the box with aluminum foil, which acts as a barrier between the acid of the box and the protection of the garment. Then you can put a layer of tissue down or washed muslin, and then you'll be protecting your object from the acid of the box, but still being a very cost-efficient way to protect your home objects. So here I'm going to go in 2 inches because that is the height that we want for this box. And the same goes on this side. I'm going to go in 2 inches because the ruler here is 2 inches wide. Very simple measuring as far as getting it 2 inches and 2 inches tall. To maximize the material I have, because blue board is a little bit hard to find right now because I've been making a ton of boxes, we're going to try to get the most out. So lengthwise I'm going to go 11 inches. So with any luck I'll hopefully be able to get a lid out of this sheet of blue board also. So I do 2 markings of 11 inches. Move that across up here, and then do another 2 inches for the height of the lid, and then it is 10 inches wide, and so creating the 10-inch wide mark. And then creating another 2 inches on the side over here. So I don't know how much the recording is going to show my pencil marks. I'm afraid it's not, I can't visually see it on the camera, so I apologize for that. And so we're going to basically cut out the exterior with the X-Acto knife, and I have, you can see underneath here I do have a cutting pad so that I'm not going to ruin my table that's underneath. And now I recommend using a ruler. I have done this way too much, so yes, I freehand it. I don't recommend that. And also I'm trying to do this quickly so that this is a short video. But please use a metal ruler. There's ones with hand guards, and those are the best ones I recommend. Those are going to be protecting you so that your hands don't get all sliced up. And then we're going to go back and bring this down to size. So in total, it's going to be the 2-inch rise and the 2-inch rise. So it's going to be 15 by 14 is the ultimate measurements of the board that I'm going to need. And so here we have kind of the base outside perimeter. So the areas in which I marked for my lines so that I could get the rise, I'm just going to very lightly go over those lines. Again, I recommend a ruler. I'm being slightly freehand right now. And these are just kind of prepping or scoring the board so that it will fold at these points. Yes, it is creating a weakness. Now, if this is a heavier box, I would recommend, once this is created, reinforcing those seams so that it doesn't break. But the board is rather strong, and this is for a lightweight, literally featherweight headpiece that there's not going to be much problem. So along equal sides, now I usually like to do it, the cardboard is usually a zigzag on the inside. So one side goes across the zigzag and one goes with the zigzag. I personally, just due to the strength of the board, like to go in between the zigzag sides, so that will equal me cutting these sides. It's not necessary, it's just me being crazy. But what I'm gonna have you do is cut all the way through from the 2-inch mark, which is the rise, cut all the way across on both these sides. And I'm cutting this down. Don't cut this line. This is still your board, but this needs to be cut free, because I'll show you in a little bit. Once you see it, it'll totally make sense. You're like, oh, that's why she did that. And then cut that and that side. So once that is done, we're going to just fold along the score marks. Starting to see the box. And then we're going to fold in the sides. And at this point, I use Archival hot glue, and I glue these little tabs down. The same goes for those tabs on that side. And then voila, we have a box. And then I'll do basically the same measurements. And well, I will measure again, because this inevitably adds about 1/4 inch. And so for the lid, it's approximately, once you're done, about 1/4 inch wider. And I just do basically the same exact pattern and method for the lid. And then you have a nice little lid to slide on top. You put a nice number according to the object. And this is how we store objects so that they are not crushing one another. So that's a little insight into just a very quick means of creating a box. Now, if you want to reinforce this, I recommend putting reinforcement on these hinges, because they're only one thickness of the cardboard width, but it's actually a really strong box. So any questions, please feel free to email us, and that's all I have for you.